Welcome. I'm Carolyn. This simple spa yoga class will feel like a full body and entire system reset. Come onto your mat and let's begin in child's pose. I'm going to offer a lot of options throughout class today. So as you come onto your knees and separate your knees a little bit, your forehead can rest down on your forehead, especially if your low back is feeling sensitive. Dive right into your breath. Another option is to maybe let your forehead rest on your mat and have your arms straight out in front. Notice what's going on right away, breathing deeply. And I'd love to share one of my, favorite teacher, Pema Chodron, one of her quotes to just reflect upon throughout class today, that this very moment is the perfect teacher. Yeah, just breathe that in, breathe that out as you arrive into your practice and really into yourself and into your own wisdom. How is this very moment your perfect teacher right now? If you'd like to, you can slowly walk your hands over to the right, any amount. Your hands could maybe even come off your mat to the right. Your forehead sinks back down. Work your left sitting bone back towards left heel and send more breath into your left lung. Can you have a kind perspective towards your body? Right? Whatever's coming up, can it teach you? Can it teach you where you might soften more? We tend to hold on to a lot, and it's possible to let it go. Take time to walk your hands through center and over to the left now. As you let your hips sink back towards your heels, be aware of what you're noticing on this side with breath. How does it feel to be taking this time for yourself? There is absolutely no rush throughout the entirety of this practice. It's one thing that a lot of us really need is the permission to go slow. So there's no rush as you slowly walk your hands back to center whenever you're ready. And let's hang out here in child's pose just a little longer. You could tent your fingertips upon the mat so that your palms and elbows are lifted. Walk your fingertips forward a little and work the weight of your bum back more towards the heels. Can you breathe up into your mid-back? Can you breathe all around your armpits? Rise up onto all fours and inhale, lift your chest up. Exhale, round your back, tuck your tailbone under you. Gentle cat-cows. Inhale, open, feel the skin of your belly stretching. Exhale, round, puff your mid-back up to the ceiling. Keep going like that. Now this moment, now that you're in, as you connect to the sensations along your spine, how is this moment teaching you? What is your spine? What information does your spine have for you? We'll do a lot of upper back and shoulder opening to access more space along the spine and more space for breath in this class. Always, it's about breath. Meet me in a neutral spine and lift just your right arm straight up towards the ceiling. Look towards the right as well. Lift your top arm higher. And thread that right arm down behind your left wrist. And as you inhale, reach the right arm up again. And then exhale, just thread your arm behind so your right ear barely touches the ground. Inhale to lift back up, open your chest. Exhale, get low with the right shoulder, the right ear. Again, inhale, open the heart. And let's come down now onto the right ear with your right arm thread behind your left hand, tent on your left fingertips so that you can push through the left fingertips and spiral your chest open towards the left, as though you could lean back even more towards the back of your head. And to encourage length in the spine, maybe walk your knees back an inch so your knees are under your hips, and notice what's happening in this pose with breath. Give yourself lots of permission to be gentle. Come up onto your hands and your knees, spread your fingers apart on the mat, and enjoy a few cat-cows through center. Enjoy your breath. Now, how is this moment teaching you? Just notice with curiosity. What's real right now? Lift your left arm up as you inhale. And on your next exhale, just almost threading your left arm behind your right wrist. Continue like that. Inhale to open and stretch up. Exhale, come down, left ear, an inch off the mat. A couple more times. Eventually, let your left ear come onto the mat. Perhaps scoot your left arm further away from your face. The left shoulder comes down again. Tent your right fingertips in front of you on the ground. And invite in a slightly deeper twist with every exhale. Hug your navel in and up. And imagine your breath washing up and down your back body. Imagine your breath soaking through your mid-back, upper back area. Good, one more full breath. Make it count. This is the moment, right? This is the moment that matters. And make your way up to all fours for a couple more cat-cows. This is a go-to in a spa yoga class. It's just incredibly therapeutic for the spine. It really gets us into breath as well. Take your elbows down to the mat with your elbows shoulder width apart. Have your knees back a little so that your knees are under your hips. With palms in prayer, sink your forehead down behind your elbows. Heart pose. Option to bend your arms, so just your elbow tips are on the ground. Take a breath and then option to lower your forearms to the mat again for a big breath. Perhaps bend your arms again, pointing your prayer fingers up to the ceiling, just elbows grounded, big breath. And feel free to explore bending and straightening your arms or staying in one position. Notice how each variation affects the muscles along the sides of your waist. And take time to sit back on your heels near the back of your mat with your arms at your sides. Now, if this is too much for your ankles or your knees, sit in a different position, no problem. Let your left ear lean over to your left shoulder. Breathe for your neck. Keep your chest lifted. See if you can lift your chin just a little bit with head leaning over to the left. Relax tightness around your jaw. Slowly bring your head up and over to the other side. Right ear leans towards right shoulder. Notice whatever it is you're noticing in your neck, and notice if there are any insights here or any lessons here. How is this moment teaching you? Without adding any extra narrative, right? Or the idea of right or wrong or good or bad, just check in with how this moment is teaching you. For me, it's always about more breath. Usually the moment is telling me, breathe more. You'll never regret that. Slowly come into downward facing dog. Hands planted, shoulder width apart. Bend your left knee a fair bit and reach the right heel back and down. Calf release. With your feet on the mat, then switch with your right knee bending quite deeply. Extend left heel towards the ground. And switch sides. Connect to how your breath feels and how your breath affects your body, and then just switch. Giving, again, your Achilles, your calves, a bit of extra care. And with grounded hands, float just your right leg slowly up and place your right foot between your hands. With your feet hip width apart, lower your back knee down. Low lunge pose. Rise up with your hands on your hips and use your hands to help guide your right hip back, your left hip forward. And interlace your fingers, reach your arms up with your palms flipped up towards the ceiling. So here's a little more for your upper back here with breath. Reach up, up, up as you inhale. And now bring your arms parallel to the floor. Tuck your chin down to your chest as you exhale and round your upper back. And do that again. Inhale, the arms go up. You could always just keep your hands shoulder width apart if that's better for you. And as you exhale, round any amount. For me, I only round about a third of the way down. Keep going. Feel navel hug in. Make your breath feel really good. Make your breath feel spacious, more and more spacious. For me, repetition is such a helpful way to get into all the little stuck spots. Now come on up, lift your arms up. And as you next exhale, lower your hands down on either side of your right foot. Lift your back knee off the mat. Walk your back foot forward an inch or so. Be right up on the ball of your back left foot. Start straightening your front leg. And as you work your front leg towards straight, doesn't have to be, ground the inner edge of your front foot and steer your right hip back. Rotate your outer left hip forward. Breathe down the back of your right leg. Nice long spine bows over and down your front leg. And know that you being here and that you breathing here is good. You're learning a lot, even if it's not your intention. Your whole system is learning and absorbing all that's coming up. Give it breath. That's enough. Take time to bend your front knee and lower your back knee to the mat and walk your left fingers off to the left. Stretch your right arm straight up. Big, big opening. And take your right hand to the back of your head. Lean back. Enjoy a big inhale. And as you exhale, take your right knee, right elbow just inside your right knee. Then open it as you inhale. Spiral your heart up to the sky. Exhale, right elbow just tucks to your inner right knee. So you're rounding in a little. Keep going, opening. Exhale, round in, chin into chest. Couple more. Feel steady through your legs, anchored through your front foot. Again, a lot of upper back love, a lot of shoulder love, heart love, yes. Next time you open your chest, lean back, stay there. And set down your hands inside your right foot. Take your right knee down beside your left knee so that you're on all fours. And a couple of cat-cows. Arc and round that lovely spine of yours. There's no perfect way to do this. Feel free to make it more circular or modify your cat-cows, however is best for your body. Eventually land both forearms, both elbows down on the mat, palms in prayer. Walk your knees back an inch or two and bend your arms so your prayer points up. We're repeating here so that we can go maybe a little deeper this time or a little bigger with breath. Forearms might come down on the ground for a breath, and then you might bend your arms again, just an option. I always like to explore knitting my front ribs up into my body, breathing more into the mid-back. Slowly come out of that, sit back on your heels near the back of your mat. Feel free to sit in a different position that's easier for your legs. Lace your fingers, flip your palms up and reach both arms up. Lean over to the right. Ground your left sitting bone more heavily. Draw navel into spine. Gently come up. Lean your arms over to the left. Feel your fingers trying to pry and pull apart from each other. Come up through center. Gently lower your hands. Gentle neck release. Lean your head over to the left. Keep your breath regulated. Take your chin down to your chest and lean your head over to the right. If you can, maintain shoulders over hips, lifted spine, and breathe for your neck with patience. Yeah, go slow, roll your chin down, gently walk both hands forward on your mat, tuck your toes under, downward facing dog. Pedal out your heels a little side to side, push and press into both hands. There are so many moments in life that are incredible teachers to us. We're often kind of rushing through, right? So it's so nice that you're here taking this time to just slow it down and to give yourself time to process all the teachings as of late. Use your breath as you process and release your body like this. You're doing really good work. Just finishing up this little calf stretch in down dog. Steady your hands and sweep your left leg up. Take left knee towards chest and left foot forward. Lower your back knee on the mat. As you rise up, park your hands onto your hips. Just assess for yourself. If your hips are facing forward, you might use your right hand to carve your right hip forward a little more. I'm interlacing my fingers and arms up with palms flipped up. You could try a different arm variation if this is a little bit kind of sticky around your shoulders. Just go up, up, up for a couple breaths. The next time you exhale, forearms and arms come parallel to the ground. Tuck chin, round in a little bit. Legs really grounded as your arms go up again. Inhale, chest opening. Round as you exhale. Press your palms forward. Hunch your shoulders forward around your chest. Inhaling up. Chest open. Round. Great. Move with breath. Set both hands down on either side of your left foot. Straighten your back leg. Walk your back foot forward an inch. And begin straightening your front leg. As you bow over your front leg, aiming your chest towards your front ankle, can you carve left hip back and angle your outer right hip forward? When distractions come up or when we get caught up in story or over explaining things, notice what's going on with your breath instead. Yes, so good. So good. Couple more deep breaths. Hamstrings are great teachers, aren't they? Hello, hamstrings. That's my way of neutrally observing my body. Anyway, hello. Hello. Good. Start to bend your front knee and lower your back knee down. So you're in kind of a low runner's lunge, and then you'll walk your right fingers off to the right, stretch your left arm up. Bend your top arm if you can. Place your palm behind your head, and we're going to find little cat-cows in the spine here. So lean back as you inhale, and as you next exhale, tuck your left elbow just inside your left knee. You don't need to come all the way down, but you could if you wanted to, and then open up again. And as you breathe out, round, hollow your belly out, lift it up. Inhale, open, your jaw soft. Couple more times with your breath. Make it work for your pace today. Yeah, that's my aim for a lot of us, is to make life work for our pace today, or make ourselves work with life's pace, one or the other. Let's come slowly onto hands and knees. And one more time, simple cat-cows. Tenderly just letting your spine release whatever it's been holding on to. Our bodies know how to release and how to let go and how to come back to balance. Our bodies know. Can we let them teach us? Final time to lower your forearms down now into that heart pose with your palms in prayer. Keep your hips quite high over top of your knees. Option to bend and slowly straighten your arms a couple times. Notice how your breath feels. And come up onto hands and knees and sit back on your heels and interlace your fingers, palms flipped up. You know the other options if you want to take any other ones. Tip your arms over to the right, big breath. Rise through center, tip your arms over to the left. Can you keep your chin off your chest slightly? Can you tug somehow to make your right arm straighter? Come back up, lower your arms down. Tuck your chin down to your chest. Option to lean your chin to the right an inch for a couple breaths. And then over to the left a couple inches. As you look down, lengthen your spine up and be present for what's happening in the back of your neck. Lift your chin up. Come to sit down on your bum. Sit cross-legged. Option to sit on a prop if that works better for you today. Walk your right fingertips over to the right. Lift your left arm up. Find a side bend and lean over to the right. Ground your left bum down. What if you stretch your top arm even straighter? You can stay as you are or bend your top left arm, left hand behind your head, and take a big inhale as you look a little more to the left. Lean your top elbow back. And as you exhale, take your left elbow down towards your outer right knee on a diagonal, round about halfway or round down more. Let's do that again. Inhale, open. Again, you're probably seeing some patterns. I love good patterns like this. Exhale, round. Inhale, open. Anchor your sitting bones down. Exhale, round on that diagonal. You could hold that little rounded position a little bit longer and then open it again. Go at your own pace. Return your hands onto your knees. Sit tall. Could you switch the cross of your legs with me if you're sitting cross-legged? And then walk your left fingers away from your left hip to the left. Extend your right arm up. Find a side bend on the other side. Soften your ears down away from your shoulders. Give more breath into your right side, into your right intercostal muscles. And I love this because it means you're making more room for breath too. Option to bend your top arm with me, hand behind head, and press the back of your head back into your right palm a little. Inhale. As you breathe out, round down on a diagonal to the opposite outer knee or outer thigh. Inhaling, open. Exhale, round. Hug navel in. Couple more times. Make it feel good, right? You know, if you're listening to the teachings of this moment, you know how to modify for your own lovely body. Ease yourself up to sitting. We're going to take an outer hip opener, so I'll show you a couple options. One is to have your hands behind you and cross your right ankle on top of your left knee for a seated thread the needle. Lift up your chest. Breathe for your right hip. Or if you want maybe a different option, it's a little bit deeper, right shin on top of left shin. Sometimes it helps to sit on a block for this one if you want to do shin on top of shin. Stay up and breathe, or perhaps walk your hands forward an inch or two, little half fold and breathe. Feet flexed. Let your breath soak all around your outer right hip. The hips are the biggest intersection in the body between the legs and the upper body. So it's natural that they work hard for us. It's not a bad thing when we feel a lot in our hips. They're supporting us. They're helping us move through life. Thank you, hips. Go slow to rise out of this and come to the other side as you're ready. Either that first option with your hands behind you, your feet flat, crossing left ankle over right thigh, nice tall spine. Or you can cross your left shin on top of your right shin. Active feet, flex toes back towards shin, stay up. Stay wherever you can manage really deep breaths. And maybe a little more softness. For me, that's always the teaching, almost always in every moment, is more softness. There is a recurring theme for many of us through many of life's teachings, right? And we can either resist the themes, we can either grow really weary of them, or we can face them. It's generally softness and openness. Ease yourself up out of this fold. And I'll just give you a profile here, sitting up tall, cross-legged, interlace your hands behind you. And without letting your head fall back, lift your chest and gently stretch your laced fingers up away from the floor. Billow your breath up to your chest. Breathe your collarbones wider apart. Couple more full breaths. Make more space into your upper chest. Unclasp your hands and lie down on your back with me. Hug both knees into your chest. Starting with maybe your knees a little bit wider so your knees can fall apart into your hands. And stay there or move into happy baby pose with me. Hands can be on outer ankles, hands can be on outer feet, whatever your inner thighs will allow for. Use your elbows though, if you can, to push your inner knees wider open. Now, what if you lengthened your tailbone down into the floor more as your knees grow wider apart and spread your toes? Big breath into your low belly, breathe down into your low back. If you want to exhale out your mouth at any point, if that's going to help you set you up to feel more open, exhale out your mouth, clear it out. Remember, we were designed to let go. This is the only way that new teachings will be available to us. You gotta let go first. A little bit longer for your inner thighs. So good. Set your feet down on the mat and take the soles of your feet together and your knees wide open like a butterfly with your legs, and place one palm on your low belly and one palm up on your chest. If a different leg position suits you better, by all means, you can adjust your legs. Feel the sensation of your hands on your body. Notice how your body feels. Inhale into your lower hand, into your belly, and keep inhaling up to your upper chest. Out the nose, exhale out your chest, and exhale out your belly. Your hands are like feedback to breathe into. Inhale into your lower hand, keep inhaling to your chest. Softly exhale out your chest, exhale out your belly. Again, inhale belly, inhale chest, relax your face. Exhale chest, exhale belly. Feel free to keep doing that a bit longer, or you can relax your arms at your sides on the ground. Option to finish class with me with feet flat on the ground, and have your feet as wide as your mat and let your bent knees fall in. This is really soothing for low back sensitivities, with knees in, feet mat width, and option for arms in a cactus shape at your sides. Anything that keeps your chest open. What if you let your body grow even heavier now? Less effort now. This in itself is also a great teaching. Pausing, not always easy. How can you make it easier to really let go? To let your whole system recalibrate in this quiet moment. Perhaps place your hands on your low belly near your pelvis. You could stay on your back, or if you're going to come back into a day ahead of you, you can roll onto one side and come up to sitting cross-legged, or sit on your shins. This very moment is the perfect teacher, and it's always with us. It's okay to continuously be learning. It's perfect that you're here and that you're learning from the wise one inside of you. I wish you well on this life. Take good care of yourself. Thank you for being here.